I promise you, you are not ready for what you're about to see. I better move my cup of coffee out of the way because things could get crazy. Things might get a little bit wild here. Let's just open this up. Look at that! Are you kidding me? Let's go full screen. It is an actual pop-up. A pop-up model of the arcade cabinet. There's a book in my collection which is extremely special, and it's unlike any other book I have in my collection. And I made a video on it 6 years ago now, and it was part of a playlist I decided to make for celebrating 60 years of Sega, the company Sega. And that company has been responsible for some of my all-time favourite games consoles, my all-time favourite games. It's a company that is very near and dear and very, very special to me. So I figured, looking at my shelf, and I was sitting up there and I thought, you know what, I haven't had that off the shelf to have a good look through it in quite a while. And I thought, that is just unacceptable. This book deserves a little bit more love and a little bit more respect and a little bit more praise, I think, because it is something super, super unique. The book I'm talking about, folks, is this here, the Sega Arcade Pop-Up History Book. And what makes it incredibly special, we're going to get into in just a second, but it is entirely, pretty much entirely, all about Sega arcades. Now, I grew up pretty much in the arcade. I should have been at school cutting classes when I really shouldn't have, spending all my pocket money and paper round money and things like that whenever I could down at my local arcade, playing things like Time Crisis, playing things like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, playing Virtua Fighter, Street Fighter, you name it. I was just living in the arcade. And when I saw this book advertised online all those years ago, it was only six or 7 years ago, I thought, that is unlike anything I've ever seen before, and I have to have it because of the nostalgia hit, which is usually the case with anything that I purchase. It's usually concept art books that of something that I love, or there's a nostalgia effect, and anyway, that's just the nature of my spending habits, I suppose. But if we open this up, so this book is actually produced by a company called Read Only Memory, and they are one of my favourite video game book publishers. If you're curious what the other ones are, Bitmap Books do incredible books as well, and some other books just recently are Tune and Fairweather. They are the publishers of some of the Dark Souls and Elden Ring books, which are extremely well produced as well. But Read Only Memory and Bitmap Books are predominantly my go-to publishers for really special, really interesting video game books. Now this one, I love it because it is talking about these classic Sega arcade units. Not the game specifically, it's the arcade units. And we've got Hang On, Space Harrier, OutRun, Afterburner, Thunderblade, and Power Drift. Hang On, as you can see there, it came out in 1985. The cover art here is actually championing the arcade unit of Hang On. You can see there on the back we've got the other side of Hang On, and it's just a really gorgeous book. It is really, really special to me. There's OutRun there, so there's a little bit of a history on the arcade unit of OutRun. The genre is, of course, motorsport. The director is Yu Suzuki, of course. 1986 OutRun came out. Then we've got Space Harrier. 1985 Air Combat is the classification there. And we've got peppered throughout this book these renders, these artist renders of what the arcade unit could actually look like. And I've got to admit, they're actually really gorgeous artistic renders. And of course, that would ultimately be what the arcade unit would become and look like in our local arcades. We skip forward again. There's Space Harrier. There's back to OutRun again. And look, We have Afterburner. I vividly remember the Afterburner arcade unit. Not every arcade mall used to actually have this because it was a bit of a monster. The footprint of that arcade unit was pretty huge. And then you have other versions of it, other conceptual mock-ups of it as well. Look at it, looks like something out of Tron. Very futuristic looking, really interesting. And again, it's just a celebration of the physical arcade cabinets. That something you don't often always think about. Thunderblade, we have Power Drift. Look at the classic pictures and everything here. But the real special part of this book is this section here, the pop-up showcase. Now, the section title is a bit of a giveaway, but I promise you, you are not ready for what you're about to see. I better move my cup of coffee out of the way because things could get crazy. Things might get a little bit wild here. Let's just open this up. Look at that! Are you kidding me? Let's go full screen. It is an actual pop-up. A pop-up model. Oh god, I'm really struggling here. A pop-up model of the arcade cabinet. Is that not freaking fantastic? Are you kidding me? I'm actually gonna have to hold my book practically vertically here in order to give you the full experience here. But look at that. That is the pop-up of, hang on, if I go to the main camera, look, you can actually see, it's not going to focus on this camera unfortunately, but you get a really good look and the scale of everything here. Oh, if I move it back in front of my face so you can see it. Look at that. Just come on. What the heck? And if we go into the next one, the Space Harrier arcade cabinet. Let's just hold that up vertically so you get a really good look. It's even got a joystick. Are you kidding me? What? Come on. Is that not freaking fantastic? And then the other side, look at that. Space Harrier. Let's get up close to the overhead camera so you can get a really good look at it. There's the back of it as well. It's even got the little thing on the side where you would put your coins in. Genuinely speechless every time I look at this book because it is such a celebration. And oh, here's OutRun, an arcade cab that everybody is familiar with. Look at that. Is that not absolutely incredible? Getting some close-ups here is just freaking amazing. There's the steering wheel, there's the back, there's the steering wheel again, the other view of it. It's honestly, it's so incredible. Just the production costs of putting something like this together. Come on! Afterburner! What? Look at that. It's like it's a fully enclosed arcade cabinet. I'm trying to do my best here. Limited space with the top-down camera. I'm trying to give you as much close-up detail as I possibly can in my little recording space. But look at it. Look at it. If we try and turn it around so you can see the front of the cabinet as well. A little bit plain on the front, of course, but all around. It is, for a cardboard pop-up representation of what the cabinet used to actually look like. Seriously, there's a lot of detail in here. A lot of detail. 1987 this came out. It's freaking amazing. I'm genuinely speechless. I don't have much to say about this other than just being constantly gobsmacked. Here's Thunderblade arcade cabinet. And look at this is a helicopter game. Was Thunderblade a helicopter game? I think it was. So that is the joystick, the flight stick, right in the middle there. The white balance on my camera's gone a little bit haywire, but look at that. Thunderblade. It's just incredible. Absolutely incredible. Let's move it back a little bit so you can see it. And then the cockpit, you can actually see a screenshot on the dashboard. And then I think this is the last one now. Here we go, Power Drift. Power Drift, look at that. Look at the size of that cabinet as well. Good lord. It's just incredible. It's genuinely mind-blowing. genuinely mind-blowing as to the production of this book. And honestly, I'm so happy that I have this book in my collection. Again, it's by a publisher called Read Only Memory. That's what the little logo for that company looks like. They have several really special Sega books. I might do a little bit of a revisit on the other ones as well, because I have one that is really dedicated to the Sega Mega Drive, and I have one that is dedicated to the Dreamcast as well, and they're just brilliant books. So maybe it is worth doing a little bit of a revisit on some of these books, because as I said at the beginning, I made a video on these books 6 years ago, but I think they've got lost in the shuffle of the channel a little bit, and of course lost in the shuffle of the algorithm, as you would expect. And maybe it is worth just doing a little bit of a revisit and an extra little special showcase video of these books, but it's just spectacular. It's really something. So anyway folks, that has been a little bit of an extra special video, a revisit of one of my favourite books in my collection, because it is so unique, it's so different, and I still can't quite comprehend the production costs for something like this, and also the actual process to develop a pop-up book but for arcade cabinets. And it makes me dream about some of the arcade cabinets in my lifetime as a child, when I was spending way too much money in my local arcade, and all of the weird and wonderful and really different and outlandish arcade cabinets that I can remember. I mean, who remembers WrestleFest, which was that ginormous 4-player cabinet? And of course Turtles in Time was a big 4-player cabinet as well, and there's so many others. So really quite something, really quite special. Thank you for watching and indulging my nerdism, nerding out over the Sega arcade cabinets. It's brilliant. If there's anything that you want to mention about future books to look at on the channel, or things that I should be checking out, please let me know in the comments. But until next time guys, take care and thanks for watching. Bye bye.